How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk about Marvel and, of course, all things relating to the MCU. And today we have some very exciting news about the setup of Namor coming to the MCU and the possible sinking of Atlantis, which, of course, is where Namor is from, in the Eternals. Now, Phase 4 is going to set up a lot of new characters, or at least set them up to appear in Phase 5. And we've actually already received a couple of Easter eggs for Namor in the MCU, setting him up, which of course I'll talk about in this video. And Namor is an X-Men, so of course this is setting up the X-Men to come to the MCU as well. And speaking of the X-Men, I'll be teaming up with the Real Rejects, Greg and John, super awesome guys, for a video tomorrow, but we need your help. We want to know who you think would play the best new Wolverine, so not Hugh Jackman, in the MCU. You can check out my latest community post in the community tab and you can vote on your answer there. And be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see the video when it comes out tomorrow. So this report comes from the website MCU Cosmic and Daniel RPK. Now, many of us thought that they may introduce Namor in Black Panther 2 because of the rivalry between Atlantis and Wakanda in the comics. But as this report notes, Marvel does like to set things up way in advance. So Black Panther 2 could very well be Namor's full introduction to the MCU, however, they are going to set him up to appear in the MCU beforehand. And if you think about it, that's exactly what Marvel does. The Super Soldier Serum was introduced in The Incredible Hulk before we saw it in Captain America. Captain America then introduced Vibranium before Wakanda was named in Avengers Age of Ultron, which eventually led to the introduction of Black Panther in Captain America Civil War. So this is what Marvel has been known to do, setting things up way in advance. And according to this report and MCU Cosmic, much like these early references to Black Panther and his setup in the MCU before the actual movie, MCU Cosmic has heard rumors that this could be happening for Namor as well, introducing Atlantis in the Eternals, specifically the sinking of Atlantis on screen. Now, it seems very clear that Namor is headed to the MCU, because this will not be the first reference to Namor that we've got in the MCU. The first one comes from all the way back in Iron Man 2. S.H.I.E.L.D. has a map pulled up, and in the map we can see several locations, one of which is Wakanda, and this took place 8 years before Black Panther came out. So Marvel Studios knew 8 years in advance that they were going to introduce Black Panther eventually, because that's what Marvel does. They're awesome, and they plan that far in advance. However, there is another location mark on that same map, right over the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which is Atlantis. So perhaps Marvel has known for an extremely long time that they are going to eventually introduce Namor as well. And then of course we have the Easter egg in Avengers Endgame where Okoye talks about an earthquake in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. She then says it's an earthquake in the Atlantic Ocean, the way we deal with it is to not deal with it. And it's widely believed that she says this because she knows that it's actually the Atlanteans. Again, the Atlanteans and the Wakandans have a long history together in the comics, so they definitely know about each other. And they're not exactly friends, which is probably why she said we're not going to deal with it. So we've had a few setups for Namor before, but now it seems like we're going to get one more before his official introduction. The Eternals is going to take place over 35,000 years of the MCU, and we know that the film is going to explore ancient Babylon. During this time, or some other time in the ancient past, this report says that since they're going that far back in time and that they've heard rumors of Atlantis being in the Eternals, it's the perfect opportunity to show Atlantis sinking. Because if you're not familiar with Atlantis lore, it was above water until it eventually sunk. Namor the Submariner made his debut with Marvel Comics in 1939 and was one of the first Marvel characters introduced. He's also considered as the first mutant in the Marvel Universe as well. And for those of you who aren't aware, Namor possesses the super strength and aquatic abilities of the Homo mermanus race as well as the mutant ability to fly, along with many other superhuman abilities. He has been a member of the X-Men, the Avengers, the Defenders, and the Illuminati. He also played a major role in the Avengers versus the X-Men and led the attack on Wakanda with the Phoenix Force. So as you can see, the introduction of Namor to the MCU could lead to many other introductions of really awesome storylines to the MCU as well. So what do you think about Namor possibly being set up in the Eternals? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe when notifications turned on to stay up to date on everything relating to the MCU, and so you can enter my giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4. I'm picking a winner at 550,000 subscribers. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.